afternoon and welcome. This is a live pictures coming to you from Naivasha. My name is Marvin Clayton Serio, of course, just trying to give you an update on what's happening at the ARC EQUATOR Rally right here in Naivasha. There's a drone images, of course, coming from the Kenya Wildlife Training Institute. You see scenic, of course, pictures, you see some wild animals there. This is the rally headquarters where Matt is actually in the center. What you see before you actually get a second look, that's a car belonging to Jasmine Chana, just going around with the second look. What you see there is Jasmine Chana just so some branch. So the foggy pictures we brought to you earlier perhaps will be somewhat different, and maybe that will indicate a bit of an increased pace from the drivers, because now more visibility as well, and a clearer visibility will mean we can put it pedal to metal. So I'll be giving you an update on what the drivers said, how they found their morning and what have you. So we're giving you great content coming to you, of course, on our social media handles, which you need to subscribe to as well. Earlier on, of course, we saw Tejvi Rai, that was car number 7, just cross our camera crew there, car number 4 that is, by Tejvi Rai, really pushing it, I must say. And of course, everyone, as we spoke to him last evening, he said he's going for the win. Remember, he won previous rallies in Nakuru. Of course, being his home turf here in Nakuru County, everyone is looking out for the Cabras team. So it was great to see Tejvi Rai just cross our camera crew at that point in Sambu. Next up, we saw the Ugandan crew of Just Mangat, of course, powering his Evo 10 through the ranch, and of course, kind of noticed an increased pace, to be honest, with a scenic view right there, crossing over cameras there. That's Just Mangat, car 207. After this, of course, they'll be going into the eliminator stage, and after the eliminator stage, the Sleeping Warrior, which we were told indeed is actually a stage to dread, and most drivers, of course, some of us suffered, of course, not managed to finish in the first loop. It'll be interesting to see how many make it through the Sleeping Warrior stage, which many drivers described it as a very, very rough, particularly in the hidden rocks that we actually noticed as well during the kind of the recce session as well. We have another car coming, I'm told, and of course we'll manage to zoom in and actually see who has passed our crew as well. That's a live car coming, live pictures coming from Sambu Ranch. We'll want to get a very close view and maybe listen in, powering through. And the lady navigator there was very excited to be participating in the WRC, and Giancarlo describing the WRC back in Kenya like going to Mecca. So we definitely are going to be witnessing Giancarlo's participation in the World Rally Championship, because he said this is not to the East. Of course, representing the East African adjustment that Giancarlo Davide crossing our camera. So we want to give you a treat of what happened yesterday. That's at the loneliest stage. This was a 5-kilometer shakedown, and had great views. If you're around Naivasha, of course, those were cars streaming past the towns, and you notice how shall I say, that was a jump taken by Carlton. The cars were looking really good, to be honest. In the sense, of course, the work that has been put in by the service crew. That was just with Chana crossing our cameras. That Hussein Malik, who actually suffered today, did not manage to complete the stage. Ian Duncan, and of course, that was Boldev Chaga crossing our crew. There was a great jump there, and of course taking our pictures. That was Sudhir Rupareli as well, and Eric Bengi. And of course, the cannot miss to enjoy the loneliest farm without seeing the great pictures we got from you. For of course the zebras crossing, and of course enjoying the great pictures and the tourism taste that this rally actually offers you from the wild animals that you can actually witness as you go through. Of course, this is brought to you thanks to the Dimension Global Communications. So let's see what happened actually earlier today, because as I said, the cars are really good looking yesterday in terms of like how they've been put up, but we've seen a lot of changes, of course, in body situations. So just have a look at the live pictures, and as soon as the cars come near our side, we want to treat the sight and sounds, because really rallying is not rallying if you don't enjoy the audio side onto it. So let's listen in and of course enjoy the revs. Right, we are managed to get a bit of a freeze there. I'm trying to get a closer view of the car to actually get the crew that's actually across our camera sides there. But as I mentioned, of course, right now it's pedal to metal at the soy sample stages, because there's better visibility, good, of course, coming out from a 30-minute service, so cars are pretty much freshened up and ready to go and attack the second loop. We spoke about casualties. We had a bit of casualties earlier. Hussein Malik and Linda Tayuko at this stage not making it through the just past the river crossing. That was point number 5, which is more like a river crossing into a bit of a Mickey Mouse section there. The car went off into a ditch. We get reports again of Rajiv Ruparelia, that is. And there we go. That was earlier. That's earlier today as well. Those are live pictures earlier today, and of course the Ugandan crew. That was Ronald Sebuguzi. And as you notice again, as I mentioned, really different picture, different landscape as it is. Duncan Mubiru, famously known as Chinkankane, has really given local drivers a run for their money. Navigated by Musa Nsubuga, an experienced driver, I must say, and of course pushing in the Subaru. Ian Duncan, of course, has been a favorite for this classic session. We see him, of course, going through. Many would actually have thought that he would race out his Evo 10, but he chose a different tune altogether with his Nissan there. What he mentioned perhaps was that maybe a good time to actually practice for the East African Safari Classic Rally, that is, sponsored by Minty Motorsport. That was actually announced last week, quite recent, I must say. And speaking to him earlier, I think he's really having fun. And as an experienced driver, we have very few drivers who participated in the WRC when it was last in Kenya. And Ian Duncan is just among those, of course, apart from Baldev Chaga and Carl Tundo, who are still rallying, I must say, ever since, of course, we lost WRC status, and now they'll be only glad, of course, to do it again this time. Issa Mori, that was the pictures of Issa Mori, of course, that was earlier today. Right now, he actually dropped out. We don't know at what stage and what section, what caused it, but we'll be able to, of course, keep you updated on our social media pages on what exactly happened. That's Akif Virani, of course, navigated by Bati. This is a new car, an ex-Manvir Barian car, and he sounds very excited. The car came back to service very clean, and he's back again for the second loop. So again, pictures there again for that's an Evolution 10, of course, just going through the thorny bushes. This is just before the river crossing, so you can imagine how the drivers are very cautious, and of course having a slippery section, getting into some thorny bushes into the river crossing. It's a really tricky stage, I must say. That was live pictures earlier today, and this was Ugandan crew of Rajiv Ruparelia.
Rajiv Ruparelia, who has since dropped out. We have a clip right there. It just says there's an issue with the ball joints and his front tire snapped, and he's not managed to make it back to service. So an interesting one, I must say. And of course, those are drone shots giving you pictures at the service park. What you see on your right there, that's the media briefing side where we did about flash interviews with different drivers, just getting to hear from them, how the experience was earlier today. And having a dedicated route, that's a route leading to the service area. And I can just play that again for you. So this is indeed showing you how Kenya is really ready to host the World Rally Championship, because you notice there's a great organization, great clearly marked spaces, bringing international standards, showing that Kenya is indeed ready to host the World Rally Championship later in 60 days to come. We're going back to Soy Sambu, and as you can notice, of course, with the crew working hard to bring you live pictures from the ground. We need to now see which car is that's going to cross our cruise. It's easier to actually get numbers and then maybe try and mark the cruise, maybe to find out from them, how it's looking. So we're just going to take a pause and have a listen in and see how they're finding it and how the rally is altogether. This team is, but the people who just crossed earlier was Nasa Motemi from Uganda. It was a Ugandan crew that just crossed. So
be interested to see who's powering the machine. Fantastic driving. That's by Aman Raj Rai, who's navigated by Live Vigilance. That's a crew from Uganda, and of course, it's Fiesta R5, sponsored by the Rai Racing Team. Just crossed our crew right there, giving you live pictures and images from the Soisambu ranch. Next up, we had, of course, Wonka Rai as well. Wonka Rai, navigated by Jiu Stadok, has crossed our camera crew as well.
mpaka ndani ya maji. Sasa nipike tu mzigo. Tumetuonea huruma. Hata wakitoka the same by the way, hiyo time nyingine same maji ni maji hiyo 6 na 3. Hey, to expect number 2 is number 2 ni Onka. Huh? 2 is right. No, I'm saying it's number 2, car 2. Whoever knows cars. The car that, the ones that passed? No, number 2, car 2. Not the number of cars. Just the next one, but it should be a car 2 if I'm right. Car 3.
pace, I must say, different from the muddy situation we witnessed earlier. Tuta Mionki and Nzioka Waite passing our camera crew right there. Of course, the true test will be the Sleeping Warrior stage, which will be quite critical as well this evening. And the great that the have a different meaning, right? From what so more uh, so you have mud tires, for instance, in the morning, and perhaps now you need to have hard you know river maybe so crossing. That's about point number 5. Okay. River there. A bit of, as mentioned, is a bit of a Mickey Mouse stage into the water and into an exit as well.
Roll on the picture.
Instrumental in awards, yeah.
We'll be keeping you updated on the results. I see some of you asking, of course, what positions are my favorite drivers. We will be giving you a leaderboard, kind of an update on how the positions are looking. So we will keeping you abreast onto that. And now, just to take you through an update on the results thus far. The Sleeping Warrior stage, this was section 3 of it, and how the leaderboard is looking. Carlton, of course, taking in the lead. Second was Tajvi Rai, Cabras Sugar, and we had Baldev Chag, of course, being the top 3 position. This is at the Sleeping Warrior stage. I must say a key determinant in this race. After Just Mangat, we had Ian Duncan with Mean Team Motorsport in his classic car. Ronald Sebuguzi followed. Just Meet Chan of CRS Racing Team. Onka Rai of Cabras Sugar. Eric Bengi of Menengai Oil, and of course Steve Mwangi of Andy Racing Team, otherwise known as Shifu. That's the top 10 list of the results thus far. This is, of course, at the Sleeping Warrior stage. We'll give you, of course, go along, but that's how it's looking. I know most of you are asking how it's looking. That's more live action as well. The pictures you see there, that's of the Piero Canobio, navigated by James Mwangi, crossing in at the Soisambu River there, giving you an update of exactly how things are looking just before the clouds change. And it's going to be a very different situation, of course, how things will be, of course, because as the clouds change, it's going to be a muddy situation, quite different from how the teams set up the cars. Because, you know, there's a bit about the mud tires, setup of the suspensions, ensuring, of course, it's, you know, can plow through. I must say a bit of a different driver strategy. So we'll see how things pan out today, of course. Again, just by introduction, my name is Laban Cliff. I'm coming to you live from the Kenya Wildlife Training Institute, which is the Rally headquarters. We have live pictures coming in on our screens, and I'll be able to show you how things are happening on the ground. Things are changing, to be honest. Things are becoming a bit different, just how they were before. So let's see how they are looking. Okay.
right, that's the Soy Sambu Ranch and section there, which has become very famous across, various rally drivers. This is a river crossing, one indeed to look out for, because rally drivers will tell you, be very careful around, sending it, or shall I say flooring it, very near the triple caution hazards or places that are quite tough, I must say. It's around this section earlier today that car, there you go, we have a car crossing there, crossing the Soy Sambu. That's a car by Evans Kavisi racing team, navigated by Absalom Aswani, crossing the Soy Sambu river right now. As I said earlier, from the rally headquarters, I can tell you the weather condition has changed. Crews, of course, just trying to make sure that we are covered up and getting a bit warmed up, because it's gotten rainy, and we're just watching our live pictures to see how things are looking on the ground and keep you updated with how things are. We're giving you live pictures now from Elementaita. Closer, I'm gonna give you a closer view. of and closer feel of which car this is. That's car number 25. That's car number 25 that has just crossed the Elementator section there. Car number 25 just crossed the Elementator section. And of course,
Hiya, Laban, you have the shot? Ini tripod gani?
If I don't have an award-winning lead, this country should be banned. Everyone, go home.
Ikishikwa tulikuwa tumeshika. Leon, hii cable iko very loose. Ukishika cheki Tony. Pale kuna waya niko karibu kupata maji na kuna likelihood ikiguzwa mnazima.
That's what I'm talking about.
You understand what I'm saying? This cable, we've touched this cable before, it's very loose. This is the cable that's firing. Washike. Leon, ile cable ikiguzwa ni lazima, so mpe ready.
Oh, things, yeah? The warrior is also doing a loop. As we are already like water away. So the sound, yeah, we finished because we have some cars which have already dropped around. Oh, all the best, boss. Bye. Piga tu nduru. Ama uende na hii siren.
live and give you an up. Results. Sawa. Greetings and welcome back to of course, a live transmission where we are giving you an update on what's happening at the ARC EQUATOR Rally. My name is Laban Cliff, coming to you live from the Media Center right here at the rally headquarters. Thank you so much for all of us who've tuned in, of course, on our social media platforms to see your comments. I'll be sampling them quite a few. I just want to give you an update on the results thus far. This is from the Elementator 2. We have been showing you pictures from the second run at the Elementator stage. And of course, those are earlier pictures today. Why I'm saying that? Because there were dusty situations. You remember from our earlier interviews, we had a kind of a muddy situation. The clouds cleared out, and now, of course, the muds were out, and we saw the drivers trying to take advantage and power their machines right through more clear, visible roads. That was Amanraj Rai with R5, navigated by Slovakian there, and coming, of course, hot on the heels on the top drivers, I must say. So as you enjoy the pictures on your screens, which will play, actually were there a few minutes ago, I'm just going to give you an update on the results, because that has actually been compiled after they have finished the run on the Elementator. And of course, right now we are on the Soy Sambu stage, just on the final bits. After that, then the drivers head out to the Sleeping Warrior stages. It will be interesting to see how the weather situation really duels for the driver, because this is the ultimate, the decision maker, actually, I must say, on who will take it and who will not take it, because the Sleeping Warrior stage, just by the interviews we did with the drivers, and we're going to play that for you to listen in, is that the Sleeping Warrior stage is actually a bit rocky, has a bit of hidden rocks as well, and quite fast, has a bit of fast stages. So, and now with the the rains that we're just experiencing, especially right here at the rally headquarters, it'll be interesting to see how the drivers take on the Sleeping Warrior stage. So let me give you an update on the results. After the Elementator second run, we had Carl Tudor leading. He was followed by Tejvi Rai, navigated by Gareth Doe. Of course, Carl Tudor navigated by Team Josop. We also had on the third position the South African crew of Gary Barotelli, who of course have a Toyota Helios. It's a Wildcat Racing team, navigated by Simon. that's Vaklail, and also fourth on that stage was also Ngat, navigated by Kamia Joseph. This is a Ugandan team. Fifth, we had Eric Bengi. Eric Bengi was navigated by Peter Mutuma. These are of course current results right now, but what you're showing you on your screens as it is, these were the results after the Sleeping Warrior stage. The Sleeping Warrior stage was the third stage actually for the drivers to take a run, and of course we've seen Carlton again was leading the Sleeping Warrior stage, and followed by Tejveer Rai, and that after that we had Baldev Chaga. So what we notice again from the results thus far is that Baldev Chaga has dropped from his third position, that's from the Sleeping Warrior position, and trying to of course locate and see, and of course we'll be giving you an update on his numbers currently. The Sleeping Warrior stage, I must say, the 30.98 kilometer stage is an ultimate decision maker in this rally, particularly. But we'll be talking about that much later. So let's treat you to still the sight and sounds of the race at the Elementaita stage, followed by the Soy Sambu stage, and of course the Sleeping Warrior. Those are the cars there. Just as we enjoy the views and enjoy the revving, the engine revving sounds, I must say, for fans, I know that's quite thrilling and enjoyable. We're just getting information that His Excellency the President has landed at the Soy Sambu ranch. Of course, he's been received by the Cabinet Secretary for Sports and Culture, that's Dr. Ambassador Amina Mohammed, and various other officials, of course, in the run-up towards the World Rally Championship. It just shows you how critical this is for the government to actually kind of support the project, and this is a legacy project by His Excellency the President, to actually have the WRC come back after 19 years. And of course, his presence here just goes to signal how keen he is to see that the World Rally Championship takes place, and is actually quite critical as well. So it's a really great day, I must say, and lots of interesting feels. What we just missed perhaps for the fans, you who are watching us online, it will be a pleasure to have you as well this side in Naivasha. But of course, due to strict COVID guidelines, it was not possible, of course, for the organizers to open it up to the rally spectators, who make a rare spectacle in this occasion. So do enjoy, but don't worry. Thanks to, of course, the Safari Rally Kenya TV and the team working behind the scenes, thanks to Dimension Global Communications, we'll keep you updated with everything that's taking place right here in Naivasha. So there was a build-up, and there's a lot that happened, especially before the drivers went in for the second loop. They explained to us, what are some of the conditions they met on the road, how it was. Of course, the really good conditions. I mean, the rare spectacle of the wild animals just crossing, of the views of the landscape right here in Nakuru County. But let's listen in to the drivers, especially when they checked in for service. This was a 30-minute service, and what they have to feel about that. What's interesting to note is that Ian Duncan was contending very well as he checked into service. Just as he was about to check out of service, his Nissan Classic car developed our technical hitch, and what we're getting an update as well from our reporters on the ground is that he will be running a super rally that's tomorrow. So let's see how the technical crew gets ahead with sorting out the Nissan Classic by Minty Sports, that's sponsoring Ian Duncan. So the email
strategy. Well, there's real no strategy.
What the drivers had to say in terms of the weather conditions and their strategy for this rally.
Strategy. Well, there's real strategy. The strategy is to go as fast as you can in all the stages, but it's been very what we reckon and what we've found on the roads is completely different because it's rained a lot. It is so slippery, so unpredictable. Some places there's grip, some places your car just leaves the road. So you really have to find a balance between pace and taking excessive risks. In stage one, we managed to get a double puncture on the left side. Both the left wheels punctured. I think we had a blind rock somewhere. So without spare wheels, obviously, we had 2 more stages to go. So we had to back off a little bit because if you get one more puncture, then we're out of the rally, because the car has to make it back here on 4 proper inflated wheels according to the new rules. So yeah, so with that we've ended up slowing down a little bit, but it's okay. I think we're still lying second at the moment, and it's a long way to go. So Safari is really living up to its expectations. On the second pass, I don't know how it's going to look, because after 30 cars going through, will it be better, will it be worse, is it going to rain, is it not going to rain, is the sun going to come out? So all these factors actually make us influence our decisions basically, but more or less you actually just instantly make decisions when you get to the challenge itself. That's how this rally is today.
No, but it's good though. It's pretty rough. It's pretty wet. I enjoy wet rallies. Yeah, and I'm enjoying the car now. I'm getting the hang of it. It's going well. Early days, but we're going okay. So we've got a bit of a lead, so we'll try and preserve it on the second loop. But it's not often you get given a car, so I'm going to drive it like I stole it.
As you can hear, our car's got problems there. We ingested water and then it compressed our filter and turned the car off. So we had to stop and make some modifications and pull the air filter off and get going again. But then once the air filter was off, we didn't want to pull any more water into the engine, so we had to drive slowly. And then the misfire, driving back here, you know, it's tough. That's why we haven't washed the car, because there's no time, and if we wash anything, the car's going to ingest some water. You know, in those stages, I don't think we're going to get a chance to try and catch up. So we're just going to do our best and get through the day.
Broke a control arm just over the rockery, so to drive it on transport was a bit difficult. So we just got here in time. So we've hemorrhaged a lot of time, but still a long rally to go. Yeah, there's not much choice. You still have to keep pushing. I mean, if something happens to someone else, we might be able to catch a position. So let's see. Still a long way to go. You know, the wet is so difficult. It's very unpredictable. There's braking points are wrong, and I mean, trying to keep up with Carl is quite difficult in the mud. I think we did a decent job in the first 2 stages, but the last one was going well until the puncture. But it is what it is.
Sections, but we tried to play very safe. It was tricky. There were some muddy sections that just caught you off guard. So we just played really safe. Tried to bring the car back. It's still a long rally. I think the strategy today is to finish really. Maybe if it's drier, we can commit more, and then yeah, get ready for tomorrow.
When you make the notes and it becomes really wet, they tend to change. So you have to start adapting. As a navigator, you need to start adapting the notes you've made to make sure that they correspond with
a great analysis there by various drivers earlier today, just getting a feel from them how the first loop was. Really excited, Carl Tundo, I must say. Of course, he's leading currently at the moment. That is after the Elementator second stage. I mean, Elementator second run, that is. And we saw Carl Tundo leading, and you can notice he was very comfortable, I must say. Whether it rains or not, he just said, you know what, we're just going to plow through, and we're enjoying the rally as well. Baldev Chaga, same case. What you notice there again, Ian Duncan, who we managed to interview as well, was very comfortable with his classic car, but just checking into service, hasn't made it out due to technical problems, but says he will run for a super rally. That's tomorrow. The day again has had various casualties, I must say. Hussein Malik, of course, navigated by Linet Ayuko. We've had Rajiv Ruparelia and Issa Mwari, who've not made it back to service. And of course, we'll be keeping you an update of what exactly happened and how things were. Remember, again, this is the rally headquarters. This is where the cars will be serviced. We're going to get a view of what exactly is going to happen when they come in after the Sleeping Warrior stage. That is the second run. Last evening, we had drivers burning the midnight oil, such as Ivan Skavisi, who had to service his car and get a new gearbox that is fitted in. And he said that he actually caught a puncture and, you know, fell down a few positions. So it'll be interesting to see again how this has actually managed to, you know, influence his rallying as well. So I must say this is a really great spectacle right here in Nakuru County. And of course, thanks
thanks to all the organizers, thanks to all of the team that's working behind the scenes very hard to make sure these pictures, sounds are actually broadcast to you live in Kenya and across the world. My name is Laban Cliff, enjoying, of course, the scenes as now a media professional, of course, good effort done, media professional. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the comments as well. We'll be sampling them again when we come back later on. So for now, enjoy the views, enjoy the great pictures and the aerial pictures. That, of course, is the road leading up to the service park that is here at the Kenya Wildlife Training Institute. So allow me to sign off from there and leave you with pictures from earlier this afternoon at the Elementated stage, the Soisambu stages, and we can't wait to show you pictures from the Sleeping Warrior stages once, of course, we get them from our teams on the ground. For now, have a good evening, and let's keep engaging on our social media handles for more images and pictures and updates of the ARC EQUATOR Rally.